everyone, and welcome to Pals Chat. I am your host, Gina Parker. I am here with my co-host, Sadie Teel.
What's up?
So, Sadie and I are on a fantastic journey. Heidi Tabbing was in another episode talking about how she recorded some audiobooks for us to talk about the first few years of All My Children as told in book form. And before we get into that, I just want to know, Sadie Teel, what have you been into the last
Oh,
few months?
a few months. You know what? The movie that I really love the most that I've seen since we last talked is probably Frankenstein, the new Guillermo del Toro Frankenstein movie. It's perfect. Like the performances are amazing, costume, music. There's so many like visual moments from that movie that are stuck in my head. And what I love about it is like Guillermo del Toro clearly has a lot of like a big soft spot for nonverbal characters. Like his portrayal of the creature, Frankenstein's monster, is so well done. It's so like empathetic. And I was with a friend who said that this is probably the most accurate version of the Mary Shelley novel. And I didn't know the whole backstory of that Mary Shelley was just like stuck in a cabin with other writers during a storm and it was just written in one night.
Yeah,
Which,
she
yeah.
and a bunch of writers, and it was like a dare, like, hey, come up with
Mm-hmm.
the scariest story.
And the
I
first sci-fi. But yeah, I highly, highly recommend that. How about you? What have you been into?
I still remember that book. Like I read the Mary Shelley version, and it is like an interesting. Now I'm excited to see it because I want to
Mm-hmm.
see if it is close to the book. That's very interesting. I just saw Wake Up Dead Man, the new Knives Out movie.
Oh, how was that?
It's great. I think, Ryan Johnson is an auteur filmmaker and has made
Hmm.
some great things, but there's this part of me that just wants him to make mystery movies for the rest of his life.
I mean, Knives Out was really good. I didn't even realize that was Ryan Johnson, to be honest. And I am a defender of his Star Wars movie.
Yeah, it was
I
good.
I actually liked it, and I think they dropped a lot of threads that were like brought up in that movie that could have had a really satisfying conclusion, like the merchants on that casino world, like the fact that the Force isn't anything special, like that showing that kid having the Force and that Rey wasn't anything special. Like I thought that was all really interesting stuff.
Yeah, I felt like the third movie overcorrected to the backlash,
Oh, it was awful. Yes.
just a little too much.
Hmm.
Though I do like some other J.J. Abrams things. But
But yeah, not to
anyway,
get off track on the new Knives Out. Sorry if I cut that off, but
no worries. So there's like n the first one is Knives Out about the mystery author who's killed. Then there's The Glass Onion
hmm
where Edward Norton is the billionaire. And then this one is Wake Up Dead Man, which is a religious one,
hmm
which could be a little overwritten in points, but I just enjoyed it the whole way through. I
nice.
just
You just want sometimes you just want a fun mystery, you know? I feel like it harkens back to the old like Oriental Express, all that kind of stuff, like in a modern way.
Yeah, and I mean, Kenneth Branagh has been doing the Poirot. He did Death on the Nile and the Orient Express, I think, and then he just did one that he radically changed from the source material in a way that I get why you would want to do it, but I don't think it helped his story at all.
Mm.
I don't think he's always hitting the mark. I think Ryan Johnson is good at hitting the mark, so
Hmm.
maybe Ryan Johnson could like make a beautiful work of art and then just like make these mystery movies every once in a
Yes.
while.
I love it. Hmm.
It's the salad and the dessert. You have to have a little bit of each.
Exactly.
So we started reading chapter one of All My Children, book one, Phil and Tara, and it is about the return of Nick Davis.
Nick Davis. Ooh, that name gets thrown around a lot. People are very intrigued by him coming back into town.
Which is how All My Children started in 1970. Him coming back was sort of the catalyst that shook up everyone's lives. It was a lot of characters all at once. So, how did you
Yes.
feel?
I took notes. I think I got them straight. I'm excited to see. Honestly, you know who I think is going to come through as having a lot to do with the plot? Mr. Edwards, the
Hmm.
postman. He's talking to servants. He's getting the coffee cakes. He's getting like all the juice from everyone. I feel like he's going to be a big part of the story, but maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, Phoebe, I like Phoebe's portrayal as like the wealthy, like, oh, gossip that nobody wants to talk to. I like her like little spiteful move of like, I'm taking the car and I'm going out on my own, you know. I think she's going to stir up a lot of stuff. And it's pretty good. But yeah, a whole cavalcade of characters, all different types. And I can see it's almost like the start of a murder mystery where it's like the pieces are there. I can't wait to see, how they all interact.
And yeah, I feel like a lot of soaps start with like the catalyst of like a person coming with a big secret. Like
Mm-hmm.
Santa Barbara is one where I believe it started with a murder mystery that they lost the thread over time. Passions, I feel like Tabitha is a secret witch was kind of a mystery,
Yeah.
though not for long because she was basically
Nah.
immediately a witch. But
And everybody was cool with it.
but and Beyond the Gates was a recently premiered show, and then Ted Has a Secret Family was the secret. So it's just a good way to start things off. So
Hmm.
Nick Davis is back in town and
I'm intrigued.
he's carrying secrets. Secrets he doesn't even know he's carrying, probably.
Yeah. And I like this venture of a dance studio. That's a pretty fun business to try and open.
Yes, that is. And do you think it's of the 70s?
I'm wondering because it feels like out of place reading it in a modern context for sure that he's like coming back to do a dance studio. Unless he was a dancer, but it doesn't seem like that's the angle they're going for. It seems like he's more like this New York business guy that's come back to, settle down at home or whatever. And I was going to ask that. So this is the series in novel form. It's not like some spin-off of like a imagined set of plot in Pine Valley. It's follows the show pretty close.
Yes, this one
Okay.
does.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got three sequel books. One is, I think, the Book of Erica,
Mm-hmm.
and then one is The Lovers, I believe.
Very biblical.
Uh,
Yeah. Dance studio doesn't seem like his business to me. I would guess like pool hall or I don't know, maybe real estate.
and it changes as time goes on, but we'll see how much the books cover.
Mm-hmm.
I did enjoy Heidi's reading. I
Me
mean, I guess
too.
we're biased because we love her so much, but
Yeah, she did great. I loved it. Yeah, I also liked the character of Anne, the girl boss CEO, whatever. I don't know what she is in New York, but I would like to know what she does in her job in New York City because I feel like a lot of times it's like some job where it's like, oh, selecting color swatches or some like kind of like imagined business job that doesn't actually exist in the real world. What does she do out there in New York?
I believe it has something to do with fashion, perhaps
Fashion. I knew it.
perhaps color swatches, but I am not sure. I am actually not sure 100% what
Yeah,
she
just like a
does.
generic, like I'm going to a meeting, handing stuff off to assistants, getting coffee.
And I mean, that's better than showbiz people trying to guess what they
That's
do in
true.
corporate America.
You know what? I did see a movie that I didn't really love. It was called Sometimes I Think About Dying because it was like a twee art film student's take on what a desperate, you know, corporate life might be like. And I don't know, they just never get how stupid and complicated and frustrating and busy and annoying. It's like if people haven't worked in an office, it's more of like a like ennui, sort of like longing and kind of simple, you go home and eat dinner. Anyway, I say if you don't have experience in the business world, either keep it very vague or just write something else. Write a nice like escapist fantasy story, I don't need to see somebody who doesn't know about business writing about it.
Yeah. There
It
is a
sucks.
show that was on Comedy Central, which is hopefully still streaming somewhere. I can check as I'm talking, called
Mhm.
Corporate. Did you ever see that one?
No, I never saw that one. I did like Workaholics though, so maybe I'm full of shit.
It might hit too close to home for you to actually like it, but it
Maybe.
is that kind of ennui, you know?
Hmm.
That kind of like,
We're all
uh,
just like shuffling papers around and living boring little lives and you know,
all right,
that
it's
kind of
on
thing.
Paramount Plus. It says the show it's most related to is Detroiters. I do
Oh, I
think
love that show. That's a
it
good
does
one.
get a bit absurdist at times, but it is
That's cool.
the humorous ennui of just being stuck in an office and
Nice.
wanting to be doing something else, but
Hmm.
you're gonna come back to your office too.
Yeah.
So that's a recommendation. Uh,
Okay, putting that on the list.
did you have anything else about this chapter one? I know it wasn't a lot. It
There's not
was
a ton. I know I want to know what's going on with Ruth. Ruth gave the biggest reaction to Nick Davis being in town. So I'm sure that implies like, oh, they were fleeing or something like that. But we don't know much there. And Kate Martin, she's just making breakfast. Seems like a nice, simple, sweet lady. But what I'm really hoping is that Pine Valley, of course, it's going to have some seedy underbelly. It's not going to be Twin Peaks level, though.
no.
Dang.
But Heidi did say that Kate was her favorite character, having read the whole book
Nice.
aloud. So I'm curious to see where her thing goes.
Yeah.
Do you have any predictions about what the secret with Nick Davis is? Because I already know, so I can't really speculate.
Damn. Okay, so Nick Davis is in town. So Phoebe said something about him maybe getting someone knocked up in high school, but I don't know if I trust Phoebe on that at all. Hmm. Nick Davis murdered a man. That's what I'm gonna say. Nick Davis murdered someone in high school, and Anne knows about it.
All right.
That's it. I'm
I,
locking it in.
all right, I love it. All right. Please like, subscribe, comment, buy our merch, support us on Patreon. We'll post the chapters on Patreon for our members if you'd like to listen along with us to the story of year one. I think that's it for this week.
All right. Well, that was
Well,
well.
well, bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening. Our theme song is Wouldn't It Be Nice by Sound Mirage featuring Lady Rand. Please rate and review, download, subscribe, all the things. And you can email us at amcrewatch@gmail.com. Thanks. Talk to you next week.